everyone. I am Dr. Preeti Sharma, Senior Consultant Pediatrician at KIMS Cuddles, Kondapur, Hyderabad. On the occasion of this World Breastfeeding Week, I will be busting some common breastfeeding myths. Once a woman has a baby and she starts breastfeeding, she gets so much advice from friends, family, some of which is very negative and detrimental to breastfeeding. Women who deliver by cesarean section cannot completely breastfeed their babies and they have to give formula. I have so many mothers who come to me and I ask them the reason for giving baby formula and they say, oh, I have cesarean, so I have to give formula. Please, this is totally false. We have so many mothers delivering with us who are completely able to breastfeed their babies right from day one. You just need good support from the hospital staff, from your family members, from your husband, and you can do it. So remove this thought from your mind, all the mothers who have delivered by cesarean section. If you have twins, you have to give formula. There is no other way. Again, this is wrong. If you are having two babies, trust me, your body will also try to produce milk for two babies. So do not believe that you have to give formula. Yes, initially it is a little difficult for mothers of twins, but slowly and steadily with the help from your obstetrician, pediatrician, lactation consultant, from your family members, you will be able to breastfeed both your twins, so don't give up. A mother's diet affects if the baby will cry, if the baby will have jaundice. There is a tendency of people to say, oh, the mother ate non-veg, the mother ate chapati, the mother ate dal, that's why this happened. Again, this is wrong. Your diet does not affect the baby in any way. In fact, if you stop eating things, if you hold back on protein from say non-vegetarian items or from dal, then your milk supply will go down, the quality of milk will go down. Now this will impact your baby. So eat healthy, good homemade food. Your milk and what you drink or what you eat does not affect the baby. There are very rare cases if the baby may be lactose intolerant or some other issues in which we may recommend the mother to cut down certain things from her diet. But that is rare and only on the advice of your pediatrician. Please don't listen to others about it. Your pediatrician is one call away or one visit away. So don't restrict your diet. If your breasts are not full or if your breasts are not leaking milk, if your breasts don't feel hard, that means that you don't have enough milk. No, that does not determine your milk output. That is again wrong. I have mothers who get insecure. They say, oh, but XYZ said that her breast used to leak milk all the time. That's why she was able to breastfeed. And this leads to insecurity among the mothers. Oh, I am not leaking milk. That means I am getting less milk. Let me give formula. No, there is nothing like that. If your baby is sucking well, baby is gaining weight, passing urine, baby is content after your feeding, you don't need to give any other extra supplements to your baby. Your baby is fine. This does not determine whether you have enough milk or you don't have enough milk. Many people will tell you that if you use breast pumps for pumping milk, it will affect your future breast supply or it will affect your breast. No, again, this is a myth. Firstly, direct breastfeeding is the best. But due to some circumstances, maybe your baby gets admitted in the NICU for jaundice, or maybe you have to go for some urgent meeting or some urgent work. So instead of giving your baby formula, if you use a breast pump and express your milk and keep it for the baby, that will be much better for the baby. And it does not affect you in any ways. Trust me, it's totally safe. On the other hand, sometimes if your baby is not able to suck directly, if you keep pumping using a breast pump, your milk supply will be maintained. So when your baby starts sucking at the breast, again, for whatever reason, if the baby was not able to suck, your milk supply will be good enough. So breast pumps can be used if required. if I have a flat nipple or if I have an inverted nipple, then I cannot feed my baby directly. There is nothing that can be done. No, again, we can totally work on it. You have a team of an obstetrician, a pediatrician, nurses, lactation consultants in most hospitals. Please discuss your concerns with them and don't listen to negative feedback from friends and family. If during your pregnancy you feel your nipple is flat or inverted, right at that time consult your obstetrician about the same, because you should not wait for the baby to be delivered and then work on it. Your obstetrician or gynecologist can teach you some maneuvers to help pull out the nipple, which will make feeding for the baby easily. For some reason, if it gets missed during pregnancy also, nothing to worry. The nurses, the lactation consultants, your pediatricians will teach you maneuvers to help feed with a flat nipple or an inverted nipple. There is a syringing technique to take out the inverted nipple. You can pull out the nipple before feeding. Transiently, till things are better, you can even use a nipple shield to assist in breastfeeding the baby. So yes, even if you have a flat nipple or an inverted nipple, you can totally breastfeed your baby. No need to give your baby formula feeding. Now this is especially important given the current COVID-19 scenario. Many people believe if the mother has fever, cough, cold, then she cannot breastfeed the baby, or if mother has any illness, she should not breastfeed the baby. You can easily breastfeed the baby even if you are sick. In fact, it is recommended. I'll explain why. Now, supposing you have a fever, cough, cold. It may be COVID, it may not be COVID. How is it transmitted? It is transmitted through the air, not through your breast milk. In fact, your breast milk will provide the baby extra antibodies to fight the infection. So if for some reason your baby does catch the same infection from you through the respiratory channel, like from your cough to the baby's mouth or the baby's nose, then your milk can provide the baby the necessary antibodies to fight against this infection. Even in COVID-19, it is now worldwide recommended that you can breastfeed the baby using a double mask and using appropriate hand hygiene techniques. So unless it is something very severe, don't stop breastfeeding the baby in case of illness. In case you are going to a physician, please tell them that I am a breastfeeding mother, so they will prescribe drugs which are more safe for breastfeeding. Certain physicians, if they don't have that knowledge which drugs are appropriate for breastfeeding, I have a lot of my patients cross-checking with me that I have been prescribed so and so medicines, can I breastfeed the baby? So please ask your pediatrician. I guide them all the time and I can tell them alternatives if it is feasible. Majority of the drugs you can breastfeed the babies with some caution. Very rarely in some very higher drugs or certain injections or antibiotics or psychiatric drugs, those are the only conditions in which we recommend to withhold breastfeeding for some time. But majority of the drugs are safe for are safe during breastfeeding. A common misconception is if the baby is crying, that means no, you are giving breastfeeding, that is the problem. Now these mothers switch over to formula and then the baby cries more. Babies don't cry just for feeding, they cry for so many other things. They may be having some colic, gas pain, they may just want to be held, they may be feeling too cold, may be feeling too hot, they may have wet their diaper. There are so many reasons for a baby crying. Just because you feel on days your baby is crying more, don't go to the formula or the bottle. Once you go to a formula or bottle, coming back to breastfeeding becomes difficult. If you have any doubts, visit your pediatrician. She or he will check the baby's weight and they can tell you whether your breast milk is sufficient or not. So crying baby does not mean that the baby needs a bottle or formula. Another common thing you will hear, especially from grandparents and relatives, oh, this baby doesn't look chubby enough, doesn't look healthy enough, look at the neighbor's baby or look at your sister-in-law's baby. All these things you will get to hear. A baby who is breastfed actually grows at the right pace, whereas babies who are formula fed usually gain excessive weight. So if you will compare a breastfed baby to a formula fed baby, yes, the formula fed baby will look healthier, but in reality your baby is the healthy baby. So don't listen to these people. The weight checking of the baby is the most objective parameter you can get when you visit your pediatrician. And in the first 4 to 5 months, there are multiple pediatrician visits, monthly vaccine visits, and initially also few visits are there, which will give you a reasonably good idea that the baby is growing well. So again, don't go on the size of somebody's cheeks. That is just not important. Lastly, I would like to end this with COVID-19 vaccine and breastfeeding. Again, lot of doubts in mothers' minds, people's mind, that oh, if the breastfeeding mother takes COVID vaccine, it can harm the baby, it will affect the baby. There is nothing like that. Please go and take the vaccine, and you can feed your baby whenever you are comfortable after the vaccine. You can take a simple paracetamol for pain, for your fever if you get post-vaccine. There is no need to discontinue breastfeeding post-vaccination. So this World Breastfeeding Week, let's say no to all this negativity and let all mothers breastfeed their babies. Thank you.